Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is Xavier Hill.
Once again, MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the Heavens Monsters podcast is for people better than you.
Today we are going to cover AEW on March 18th of 2020. And for the first time in AEW's small history, it's an empty stadium.
Yep.
And they are not scared prior to what they said. They literally call out WWE basically without saying their name specifically because they are still traveling in an empty stadium. Instead of staying in there prior to WWE, they're staying in the Performance Center. They have all their wrestlers, well, majority of their wrestlers, all there available at the stadium that they're in today. So let's see if they say where it's at. Nope, they didn't. In which case, the night begins with Cody Rhodes stating that and calling out his friends Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega to enter the arena and get their 2 cents on what's going on and how they're going to take down the Inner Circle in 2 weeks or 1 week in Blood and Guts. That's still going to happen. They said they was going to be canceled, but nope, change of plans. So now we got this, and they call out Hangman Adam Page to see how they are, if they're on the same page, or they're going to butt heads. Ultimately, they all agree that this thing that's been going around, basically coronavirus, is drastically changing the name of the game that's wrestling and sports and everything. But if they're really going to do this, they're going to fight. And they're going to fight as hard as they damn well can. Especially for the brother of Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, who was assaulted by the Inner Circle. And they need to pay them back. Mm-hmm. So they're all on the same page. And they start the show on AEW's Dynamite on TNT. And here comes the first match.
First match is the Lucha Brothers versus the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent, accompanied by Orange Cassidy.
Freshly squeezed!
Yep. Former WCW commentator Tony Schiavone interviewed MJF ringside. MJF wasn't impressed with the winner's purse for tonight's event, so he decided he'd sit back tonight, rest, and watch the matches from the front row. Lance Archer, Jake the Snake Roberts, Wardlow, MJF, Tully Blanchard, and Sean Spears were also watching from the ringside area.
That's what they should have done at WWE. They had the competitors on the side of the ramp.
Yep. On the other side of the ring, in the front row, Colt Cabana, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Joey Janela, and Sonny Kiss rooted for the Best Friends.
So one side is all the heels, the other side is all the baby faces.
Yeah. MJF and Sean Spears had money riding on the match. Cody Rhodes' wife, Brandy Rhodes, was the ring announcer for tonight's show. Trent and Phoenix were trading shots with one another. Chuck Taylor was tagged in and he began working on over Phoenix. Trent was tagged in back in and Phoenix got the advantage after the poke to the eyes. Phoenix tagged in Penta and they nailed stereo thrust kicks on Trent. Both teams brawled outside the ring. Orange Cassidy was chilling at the commentary booth as only the king of slots style can.
Slots?
Slot.
I was like, what? Slots? Are you saying sluts? I was like, no. Oh, king of slots. Yeah. Basically, kind of like us, who are just way chillax.
Trent was able to connect with some desperation offense on Phoenix and got the tag to Chuck Taylor. Meanwhile, from the top of the ramp, Orange Cassidy jumped onto the Lucha Brothers. Chuck Taylor used the stuffed pile driver on Pentagon for a 2 count. The Best Friends were looking for a strong 0, but the Lucha Brothers countered it. Penta hit a low blow on Trent, and after a package pile driver stomp combo, the Lucha Brothers pinned Trent for the victory. Tony Schiavone interviewed the best friends after the match.
What does it say?
Death Triangle, you're a bunch of chumps for kicking my partner in the dick. That's what it said.
In the dick.
In the dick.
In the dick. In the dick.
Next, Dynamite, we want to meet you in the streets or a parking lot, said Chuck Taylor.
In a parking lot, so it's going to be a parking lot street fight.
Next week.
Man, we haven't had one of those kind of matches in a long time, even in WWE standards.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Next up is a fatal 4-way. It was Hikaru Shida, ranked number 1, versus Rito, ranked number 2, versus, it's a fatal 4-way, versus Chris Statler, ranked number 3. Statlander. I thought I said it right. Never mind. And Penelope Ford, accompanied by Superbad Kip Shabani. She's not even put in the top 5 ranking for the number 1 contendership of the AEW women's title. That's how they do it with the numbers. They got a ranking system. Whoever gets the best wins and losses gets to go on to fight the title. That's a good system. So it would be this would go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see who won that match. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it wasn't Rio that won the match. It was definitely her who lost. Okay. Sita used a Falcon Arrow on Ford for a 2 count. Sita followed up with a running knee to gain the victory. Cementing her position at the top of AEW's ranking. So yeah, it was, how to pronounce her name again? Hikaru Shida who won that match at number 1 still. Yeah, okay. That's what I had to remember because I was like, I know it was Rio who lost the match, but I'm trying to remember who pinned her. Yeah, it was number 1. On the ringside, we have Colt Cabana. I think they're calling him Go-Go Cabana. Boom Boom Cabana. That's what they're calling him. Mm-hmm. On commentary on the outside ring, and he makes a remark while saying that he's happy to be here, he's happy to train, and he makes one mark on Bad Boy Kip Shabani, who goes and should mind his own damn business in that match and not be with the women. He says, hey, you put my name out of your mouth. Don't put my name in your mouth. And he gets up and he starts shoving him, and he shoves him back. And he's like, shoves him harder, and he goes just smacks him on the face. Mm-hmm. He's like, what? And he's assaulting, like, oh! And you can hear the heels on the other side screaming, oh, you gonna let him do that like that, man? Oh, man, that was terrible. You ain't gonna do nothing? Oh. And while some of the other ones are saying, just go. Take it another day, man. Go. Just go. You don't want none, says the baby faces. So now Colt Cabana is definitely in sights of wanting competition. So that definitely flares up as competition. Colt Cabana is definitely fighting on After Dark. Something I'm really considering us doing now. Doing After Dark. But sadly, After Dark shows up on Tuesdays, which is literally just a continuation of last week.
Yeah.
So after this episode is done, they have something that literally goes right after it. And then they air that on YouTube in Tuesday. Like, huh? What kind of system is that? That's the part that confuses the heck out of me. And they set it up so the next week comes after. I mean, the next day would be the next week of Dynamite. I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Yeah, let's see, was anything else? What is the matter that he is a wrestler too? Here you go.
Next, the Jurassic Express versus the Butcher and the Blade. Oh, I've seen this one right here.
Hey, ooh.
After some dynamic chain wrestling, Jungle Boy went for a quick pin attempt on the Blade, but to no avail. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy executed rapid tags in and out for the tandem offense on the Blade. The Butcher and the Blade caught Jungle Boy on a dive outside the ring and jolted him with a toss into the metal barrier. Now they had the advantage and were using tandem offense against Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy is hanging on by a thread, said Jim Ross. Jungle Boy threw every last ounce of strength into a clothesline to the Blade, but he was cut off before making the tag to Luchasaurus. Finally, Luchasaurus got the tag and he completed change. The tenor of the match noted Excalibur. The Butcher and Luchasaurus were slugged it out like the two big hosses that they are. MJF screamed from ringside at the Butcher and the Blade, "Full death right now!" However, Jurassic Express countered as the Butcher and the Blade were distracted by MJF's orders. After being planted on the mat, Luchasaurus pinned the Butcher. Yep.
Yeah. Basically, he should have kept his mouth shut. He wanted to be an authority figure and tell him what to do. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Oh, got knocked out.
My 2 cents on that is, I feel like that MJF should have been tossed, but
he's on the outside.
He's on the outside.
Betting that money. He lost some money. I bet you he lost some money. He's up there betting with the Tessa Blanchard's dad and his protege, who used to be Mr. Perfect 10. But he's going by a different name now. I forget. Damn. Anyway, next up is the Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. It sounds like Stu Grayson. S-T-U. It's Stu Grayson. Yeah, Stewie. That's short for Stewie.
Yeah.
He's Stewie Grayson. Stewie is Stu. Walked down to the ring to reveal the identity of the Exalted One. Well, first off, Christopher Daniels is yelling on ringside, saying that Evil Uno to stop, ultimately saying that this is just a hoax, that this is just a lie, that there is no Exalted One, so just stop, and all of a sudden, the lights start to flicker, anonymous voice is played, auto voice changer, and as we see a white and gold figure, I'm like, what the hell? Is this supposed to be Tommy from the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
Ninja power, I forget what they call it. Ninja morph. Yeah. Ninja power. Nope. Instead, it was revealed to be somebody who has been told constantly behind on the WWE and wrestling contracts that this person had a contract and then went back to WWE, and now he's officially on AEW. Now they got him a character that he can play. Instead of being a follower, he is a leader and with a brand new name. The person revealed, formerly known in WWE as Luke Harper, the man with the spooky eyes and the crazy long beard and hair, he would ultimately change his name to how you pronounce that? Brody Lee.
Yeah, Brody Lee.
And right when that promo is done, it would reveal that he's right behind him, alongside Stu and Evil Uno. And they jumped them, holding the ring and claiming it for them. The Exalted One has been revealed, and he is a game changer. Because now he stands with the followers of the Dark Order, and they outnumber them as the most multi-person faction right now in AEW. More than the Elite right now. Wow. So how do you think about that, bro?
Can't wait to see what Brody Lee got coming next. Now that he's with the AEW.
You're going to want to interview this one. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, Jake the Snake Roberts.
With his protege, Lance Archer.
Yep. Tony Schiavone was ringside to interview Lance Archer. Jake the Snake Roberts grabbed the microphone from Tony and said Lance was not here to talk. Jake said Cody better pay attention to them because they don't play games. To ignore us is like spitting in our face, and we just don't have that. We won't have that. Shut me up if you can, but I don't think you can. So Cody, it's time for you to stand up and meet the man. We came here for a specific reason, and it has become personal. You had your chance, but now we will get your attention.
You want to take it?
The main event.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The Inner Circle. Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz, accompanied by the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, versus the Elites. Cody.
Hold up. Damn mosquito. Yep. They've been all over this place because of the backyard value. Fuck it. Damn it. I'm trying not to scratch my arm, but it's itchy. Okay, go ahead.
So the Inner Circle, Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz versus the Elite, Cody, Matt Jackson, and Hangman Adam Page. Le Champion Chris Jericho joins the broadcast team for this match. Santana blindside Cody at the start of the bout. Cody countered with a power slam. Matt and Cody utilized quick tags to cut the ring in half and work on Ortiz. Page ran in illegally with a boot to Ortiz. Matt speared Santana, gaining a bit of revenge for his brother Nick Jackson, who wasn't medically cleared to be at the event after last week's brutal assault. Page got the tag and followed through a clothesline to Santana. You can't go into a match with the Inner Circle with any animosity among your own team, and they're too stupid to realize that, said Jericho about the Elites.
Stupid idiot!
Yeah. Hager handed Cody over to Ortiz for the stalled suplex. Santana whipped Cody into the guardrail. Jackson has seen enough and began nailing Ortiz with stiff shots to the head. Cody has got to try to get one of his partners from the Elite into the matchup, said Taz. Former WWE, former ECW superstar, and former Impact Wrestling commentator. I don't like him, but I respect him, added Jericho. Hager started the ground and pound on Cody. Hager put the pressure on Cody, who was trying to reach for his corner and a tag. Hager rammed Cody into the turnbuckles of the Inner Circle's corner. Cody railed back with the crossroads on Ortiz. Cody began crawling to his corner, but Hager tagged in and tried to stop him. Cody flipped Hager over the top rope. Hangman was tagged in finally and clean house. He scooped up Santana with the false away slam and then went over the top rope onto Hager.
Again.
Cody connected with a tope suicida on Ortiz.
Yeah.
Cody went after MJF in ringside, but Wardlow grabbed him by the throat. Nightmare Family head coach Arn Anderson hit Wardlow with his clipboard. Back in the ring, Page and Jackson suplexed Hager.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson had Santana up and called for the Undertaker to Page, but Jackson was rolled up after Page was pulled from the ring apron.
Yeah.
The Inner Circle won the match and the advantage in blood and guts.
Yeah, Chris Jericho was screaming.
Yep. He took the microphone and celebrated with the Inner Circle at the top of the ramp.
We won!
Rubbing the victory into the face of the Elite.
We won! We won!
Yep.
We won!
Jericho said, at Blood and Guts, the Inner Circle will have the Elite outnumbered, since Nick Jackson was out indefinitely with an injury suffered at the hands of the Inner Circle. But it wasn't over until there was a loud buzzing and down came a drone landing in the center of the ring. Matt Jackson said he had called in a favor to help the Elites. And from out of nowhere, you won't believe who came out.
It says the piano starts playing.
Yeah, the piano starts playing, and then they're standing in the balcony of the area an arena was none other than Matt Hardy.
Delete, 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 delete. Here, man, give me that, because he does it with his right hand. Delete, delete, delete.
Matt Hardy made his debut in AEW.
What was the name of that drone? I'm trying to remember. God, fuck. God, hold up. What was it called? Fargo 1? No. Give me a sec. Fun part of this, I can pause. I can go back on freaking YouTube. Maybe right back. Okay, we got it. I was off by a few words. It's Vanguard 1. That's the name of the drone. He gave it a name. It's Vanguard 1. So Vanguard 1 was the introduction that we needed to see. How far is this video?
It's 20 minutes already.
Oh, that's why. Oh, I'm about to say, I thought I hit the limit. No, I just got a notification of my alarm at 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock right now. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, so it's Vanguard 1 that we saw coming in, and he's like, what the hell is that? What is that? And some of them were already recognizing, like, wait a minute, I know that drone. And so we saw, that's when we knew, for those who are true fans of the broken or woken brilliance of Matt Hardy. And now we got a whole different version of that with the red hair instead of the blonde. Even on his YouTube page, he's got this demon version of him. And now he's got somebody else instead of Athena or whatever the hell, Oquala, something God related. I don't know. So what's your 2 cents on that? How you feel about Matt Hardy being on AEW now?
Man, I'm excited to see Matt Hardy. Yep.
Also, another thing I still need to look up because I forgot to look that up earlier. Something they did the last time we saw Jeff Hardy on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. They renamed the Twist of Fate.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else completely. I don't know what it's called. I gotta go back on that and see, because that is wrong. I'm gonna look that up as soon. Give me a second.
Yeah, so they renamed the Twist of Fate to the Twist of Fury.
Yeah, I got it right here. I can show it. Keep talking.
Jeff Hardy with it.
Listen to this.
Listen. Look at this, the Twist of Fury off the distraction.
Twist of Fury.
Jeff Hardy with a Twist of Fury.
What the hell? Why did they rename it Twist of Fury? It's the Twist of Fate.
Yeah.
When he was a heel in TNA, before it was renamed to Impact Wrestling, it was the Twist of Hate. And now they're calling it the Twist of Fury. What the? That's a type of jawbreaker, also known as a stunner, thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mm-hmm. But that's what it originally is a jawbreaker. Now they're calling it, what the? It's gone through 3 different names, bro. Mm-hmm. What the hell? So, I don't know what Matt Hardy is going to call it while in AEW. Can they call it the Twist of Fate? Twist of Fury. That's something I got to get used to. Mm-hmm. That's something I got to get into my mouth and my head. I'm like, Fury, Twist of Fury, not Fate, Twist of Fury. And he said it twice. He didn't try to correct himself either.
Nope.
So with that said, anything else you want to comment? Anything else on the night before we cut this?
This is the first time I've seen AEW in an empty arena due to the coronavirus. But I can't wait to see the street fight this week on the 25th edition of AEW Dynamite.
Also, it's still 8 o'clock, so again, we got Xfinity, and on channel 33, they would be showing the encore edition of 6 years ago, WrestleMania 30. So go check that out, because they're not going to show it again. There's no second airing of it. It's only for tonight. Mm-hmm. So if you missed it, too bad. Yep. But chances are you'll probably see it on certain websites, including WWE Network. Mm-hmm. So considering the people are, again, what do they call that? Self-quarantine? If you missed it on the
ESPN.
Thank you. Catch it again on W Network and any other WrestleMania you want to see or event. So, with that said, anything else you want to cover on that, bro?
I'm good, bro.
What are you going to binge on if you're going to have to be quarantined?
I don't know.
Me, I want to catch up on some animes.
Yeah.
I got a list of things I need to catch up on, including my DVR. In which case, I still got a lot of movies from FX, TNT, and El Rey, including the martial arts movies that I want to relive and rewatch. Because let's face it, The flying guillotine is definitely interesting weapon in history. Literally a type of hat you got to put on somebody's head and go, there goes the head. Oh. Just like that. Like, what kind of weapon is that? It's just a head, cut your heads off. So how do you counter that? That's what I gotta see and watch the movie on.
Yep.
In which case, that's pretty much it on both our parts.
Yep.
You ready to end it?
Yeah.
Do the call out.
Shout out to all the members of the Heavens Monsters podcast.
Our fellow brethrens.
Our fellow brethrens. Myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our 3 YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always.
I put 4 fingers.
Yeah.
I heard you say myself.
That's it. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it again.
A shout out to all the brothery Heavens Monsters podcast. Myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our 3 YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always.
There you go.
And a remaining shout out to Terrence, aka T-Money, Renee, Pharaoh, Early Birthday Boy, Chris Petrie, and Delvin.
There you go. You like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button right there. If you like the content, hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast. I'm SergDragon.
And I'm Xavier Hill, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace.